Hey Virgo, welcome to Midnight Magic. Let's look at what March 2021, give it up for the fucking pandemic, has to offer you. What a crazy time to be alive. Like, if you try to think about what comes after all of this, I don't know that anyone can accurately envision that. Kind of crazy to leave it up to just like a year's time, to show you that your belief system about the universe, that it can be so consistent, can be shattered in like 365 days, you know? Like during the Great Depression and stuff, that it's so crazy that normal is normal until you learn nothing's normal, and you just kind of experience everything in different times and I don't know, phases. Anyways, okay, Virgo, 7 of Wands. Sometimes I think that this cloaked magician, whatever they are, is either putting all of their eggs in one basket, or they're setting all of their intention on something. So it can be like manifesting, or it can be settling. I feel like it's not decided yet. There is a weird message coming through. It's not a weird message, it's just, I feel weird saying this, but I understand it. It's like there's a message coming through about someone moved on, has like feelings that maybe what they chose, it seemed like perfect, but then it maybe doesn't quite feel that way, and maybe has like hope that it'll be better or like change ultimately, but then if it stays the same, it's like, oh, that's okay because it's better than what I did have. Not in the intensity and the like, it, whatever you came from, I think woke you the fuck up, like to yourself. I mean, unforgettable, like clashing of energy in your life with someone else. And then it's like you're like, this consistency is better than whatever the instability over there was. And maybe you're just thinking about all this. Doesn't mean that you have cold feet or whatever, just maybe you're just thinking about all of this. That's just something that wanted to come through. Okay, so let's pull some cards on Justice and Temperance. Justice being number 11, and then seeing the swords crossed and it literally says X. I almost wonder if you had, maybe you met, like, here, let me sort out my thoughts here, because what's happening is there's two energies like competing right now, and one wants to say that you moved on and it's better, and like that's your person, and you know it because it was so different than the other person, and like this is good, but that woke you up and you miss that. You miss like learning about yourself in that way, because it I don't know, it's like you didn't like the process that it was happening, but you liked what was happening within yourself. And like you were really proud of how you were reacting. It like set off this whole thing for you. And then there's another thing that wants to come through that's like, maybe you're with a new person and you're like, oh shit, that was my life. Like, for real. That's my life, you know? And being like, he's looking out at the moon, and then he's going in this closet, which is kind of where he's going to meet the hermit. And what's the hermit been thinking about is what they just came from. And he intuitively knows they're looking at the same moon. He intuitively knows that he's being called, like his higher self is calling him. So maybe that's how you feel right now, is like something's talking to you, and it is not the decisions that you have been making consciously. It's something unconscious. It's something you can't, you can hear, but you can't control. Whoa. Pretty deep, Virgo. Maybe you have Sagittarius placements. Or you like archery. Or like arrows, arrow rings or something. Yeah, putting all your eggs in one basket. It's like, that's a hard concept to grasp. Because it seems like you're into something new. And it's great, but how into it do you really have to be to prove that you're into it? You know, like, I feel that you want to create some kind of a barrier between you and your person, not because, just because that's what's necessary. And it's like, maybe in that space you're being met with these thoughts of like, am I in between? Like, am I in between worlds, or am I just moving forward and I haven't gotten to the place where I'm excited? Because that's what's missing right now, Virgo, seems to be the excitement. And maybe you had like some kind of like a honeymoon phase or something like that, and then it settled down, or maybe just something happened, or just with the world in general, and energy shifted, and maybe slowed this down long enough for you to see. Maybe this was Mercury retrograde for you, January 30th through February 20th. There's something that keeps linking you back to your person. This infinity here. It almost looks like glasses, like glowing glasses. Or goggles. I don't know, maybe your person swims, tans, or just they live in like a warm, sunny area. They always have like shiny glasses on, those mirrored glasses or something. Aviators. Maybe you like those long, flowy fabrics, like those kind of like scarf vest things with bohemian stuff. And she's got this big old necklace. What's on this necklace? Triangle. Strongest structure. Okay, there's something coming. I'm just going to ask what your past person thinks about you. And I'm sorry if you're over them, but they want to say something. I'm pretty sure. What's funny is I don't feel like there's a message from a current person, which might, and you might be single and that might make sense, but even if you are with someone, I think they pretty much are transparent. They tell you everything, because I'm getting the sense that this past person can only talk to you like when you guys aren't close. They hurt. The Nine of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. Look at that. It's like they person's just walking alone on this path, like through the night. They must be going somewhere, but they have this like band of merry men or something. The skies seem to be similar. I think that there's kind of a message coming through that you are more vulnerable with the person you have now than you were with this person. And maybe they're noticing that, or because something you're doing is, it's like you're glowing, or you're, when they're seeing you on social media or something, they're really intrigued. They're pulled towards you, maybe even pulled to talk to you. But I feel like you understand that you're not walking backwards. Like, I don't really see you changing this energy to go here again, but I definitely see them like trying to get your attention, but being like, you have to come to my world to meet me. And you're like, piss off. I think you would be like, that ain't happening. I don't think you would say piss off. I think you would say no, though. And I think they would wonder why. Just looking at him staring at the moon again, it's like, I think maybe your person understands very weird concepts, but doesn't really understand basic ones. Like, maybe they're really advanced intellectually in like maybe biology or something that they do for work or school or whatever. They just have a natural mind for it. But then when you're like, get like eggs, cheese, and bacon and tortillas or something, and they're like, okay, and then they come back and they're like, I only got one thing, what else was it? And you're like, so now we can't eat what we were gonna, like just little stuff like that, where you're just like, okay, well, maybe if you thought this through, but like it involved all of us, so wake up. I almost feel like that was your person, was a little bit spacey, but then very like could lead a group. Like, they would have been the smartest one in the group. If they have a friend group, like, a lot of people might look up to them or think that they're really good at whatever it is that they do. Like, they could just be known for that. And the Five of Pentacles is just like, it's almost like they would have to go into no man's land to get to you, and they. So neither of you are going there. And it's almost like, if I can't get to you there, I'm going to get to you here, right? Like, that's kind of how strong this person's energy is coming out. Temperance is on, she's a little tilted right now, so maybe it kind of throws you off when this person comes back around, or when you do talk to them or think about them. Maybe you feel like it kind of throws off your own personal meditation within yourself, like the things that you're growing in and bettering yourself in. Maybe you feel like just triggered kind of just by their presence. I kind of want like dragon tarot cards. Virgo's person. This person could do a sport where like hunting or something, where they have to like lure or trap, because that's kind of how they're feeling, is like a little bit manipulative. I don't think that this person uses their time wisely, like their thinking time wisely. I feel like they would quicker sit around and think about like why someone doesn't like them instead of think about like what they could be doing or something. Kind of just a sense of apathy, you know? And maybe just like nothing really seems to fire off for them in the way that they think it will. Maybe they have their, what is that saying when it's like you have too many irons in the fire, you know? And so nothing really gets big and bright, which is funny because you're throwing all yours in one. And that's kind of something that they're recognizing in you. And maybe they're saying, whoa, that's different than like the you that I knew, you know? And maybe that's ultimately you're kind of like a little firework for them because you're doing something that they want to do, but they feel somehow held back, maybe even by their own friends. Because if they were to step into this new light, they would be alone. And I think that they have some kind of need. There's some kind of dependency. Maybe they even like, if this person like drinks and stuff, maybe all their friends kind of like have that issue too. So it just, or like if they're a narcissist or whatever your case may be, I feel like they surround themselves with like-minded people and they're standing kind of on their own unwatered side of the fence, looking at yours, going, she's actually doing it, he's actually doing it. Hold on, you know? And I think that like they were trying to seek you out, but it's almost like within doing that, I think that you got their attention without trying to. Like, maybe it's hard to not notice you, you know? You guys might have been really similar. Like, just in the way that you saw things. Maybe not in what you wanted to do about them, because you clearly took two different paths, but I think in the ways of like injustice and stuff, and of not trusting and wanting to just go anywhere but there, like feeling uncomfortable, feeling like maybe not having a decision all the time in whatever it was that you were choosing in your life. Like, I feel like you guys both felt not judging you or anything, just maybe a little bit like just victim to the circumstance of life. Like it was too much at times. And now you seem to be learning that you have this wonderful power of perception and you're using it. This person, they're not in that yet. And I mean, I don't know if they will be, but that's kind of all I mean by the like this person would do better if I think they weren't so worried about like if everyone saw them fail or something, because they seem to be like the leader. I feel like it's good to see a leader fail and then try again, though. This person could lead some kind of a group or just be in some kind of like a community group. Something, or in counseling with this hermit above. If they are, they talk about you a lot. I think they would say like almost for every negative thing there would be a positive thing, you know? Because I think this person really looks up to you. It's just, and I think you know that. It just, maybe they weren't treating you like that. Not that they had to, but just like, if that's how you feel about someone, then it would be nice to tell them or show them that instead of like maybe show them the opposite. What's their last message? I almost feel like it feels a little bit petty on their part, and I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but that's how I'm seeing it. Where it's like they don't want to see you go, but they're not going to make any steps to come to you. So in a way, they're kind of like selfishly trying to get your attention because they don't see that you're going somewhere. They have no idea to them, and I think this person might be a little bit selfish, or like you would have seen them as being selfish. I think that to them, they don't want to lose you, so they're going to like not want to completely let you go. And in your mind, you're like, if you had any love for me at all, if you like, you wouldn't still be making this all about you. You know, you wouldn't. I'm off gonna do something. If someone who loves me would say, go do it, like, you know, do what you need to do. And I think that's what your person now gives you. And this person, like, they passionately want you, but they don't know how to commit to that maybe in the real world, because there's barriers where their mind is isolated from their heart because it's like not safe to go there. And your barrier is that you're not going to backslide with what you've grown in. So it really is up to this person to just grow. And I think that they're, you know, just look at the colors. Like, before you see the rewards of your work, you go through a really painful, isolating existence. Like death, right? That's why they call it like the rebirth signifies the death of the old self. And then on top of accepting the past, now you, at the same moment, you have to grieve it, mourn it, lose it, like all over again. But it just has a conscious effort. And so that's obviously painful, you know? It's painful. And that's not an energy where you would walk into no man's land. Like, that's an energy where you are staying put and probably not moving for a hot minute. Okay, what else would your person tell you? I guess some people just needed to hear it. I don't see you going back to this person, or really, like, I see you just thinking about things and considering the contrast of them, and like who you have now and who you had then. And I see you like playing with it in the Virgo mind, but I really don't, I don't see you. I think if you were to actually think about any kind of commitment, like you would just be so, I think it'd just be a no from you. Like, that plan has specifically proven that it won't work. So you're just like, you're not like no to them, you're more like no to the structure with which you think you're gonna get us through this, you know, like it's never gonna work. I feel like this person came from something worse than this before. Like, maybe their family was like that or something. Just that energy, like, okay, what does your person not want to tell you? I think they're scared of you, 'cause you are like maybe no bullshit, at all, and you like keep it pretty clean, and they're a lot of just structures built to crumble amongst themselves. I think your person's very intimidated by you. I think they have a lot of pride for where they're at, but I think they would really tell you that um, if they could like make it to this, how they see you, they would be boasting about that, because they see this as a place of power for you, um, that is above them in their own land. Like maybe they live in another town or something, and they're saying like, this power that I wield, it's not really like, we're just all leading the blind. But I feel like, and it's funny that I say that because she has glasses on, so like there's this sight, and all of the, you know, men and women on these cards can be interchangeable. I hope you guys are comfortable just doing that. Yeah, has glasses and high heels, and like, what else do you really need? You know, a weapon and sight. I think they see you as being more relaxed, and as being able to be like, work good with children and the young. Maybe you have kids, maybe they did, or maybe you worked with their kids, you know, or raised them. Maybe if there are kids involved, maybe one is an earth sign or an earth rising, because she's got those two. I kind of want to say Capricorn, the Pentacles. Yeah, I think that they would say like, part of this no man's land of not coming towards you, not um this doesn't strike me as someone who would own up to anything, simply because they won't come near you if you're more powerful than they are. Like, I think that that's how they're seeing it, at least. So I think that this person has like, um it's coming off as like some kind of toxic masculinity, or that runs in their family or something. Shamelessly like honest about all that stuff, and it's not necessarily a good thing. And maybe they're used to older traditions of like less adversity, facing less challenge, you know. I think that their mindset is their defense mechanism for feeling vulnerable in the world. I think your person often feels very vulnerable, and to offset that, they kind of fake a shield, and that's where all that comes from. But I think that if your person could put down some of their armor, everyone could see that they were really soft inside. But I feel like they're caged by anger. I'm literally seeing like a metal cage around someone, but it's like a bubble, so it's like they can fight themselves in it, but it doesn't really get out. And I think that people see that the anger, the problems or something, they're contained within this person, and they don't really like, people know not to take it personally anymore or something. I don't know, just your person seems to be unaware that they're so transparent, at least to you. And maybe they know that you can see through all that shit when they get too close, but they feel better at a distance because they don't think that you can like have an accurate depiction of it if you're not right in front of it. So I think that this person cares a lot about reputation, specifically just their own. So maybe they had like some kind of a. Oh, look at that. Damn. Okay. It literally looks like a grandpa standing on someone. So, like, maybe this is their dad or grandpa or something. Or just this toxic masculinity runs in the family. But, like, it just looks like someone was always trying to one up this person or like just make them feel one level lower. Ouch. Felt that. Yeah, your person has a lot to go through. I feel like this person's still around them though. In some way, maybe it was like it could have even been like a grandpa on the mom's side or something and then the mom carried it down or just that maybe just their dad is like this and their dad still hangs around or something like that. And then you're just over here. You're like, I'm just going to be me. All right, cool. See y'all on the other side. I don't think that you're really too upset about this. I think you put a barrier where a barrier needed to be and no one can jump it. And that's what it was designed to do. So you were effective and now you're going in a really, I think it's not quite clear where you're going right now, but you're out of the fray and I think it feels really good. I think you can breathe again. You don't feel like you're attached to someone who wants to keep you in a dark place. So good for you, Virgo. I hope this helped. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye.